Hi everyone. Yes, I'm back. And what I just put up a video not long ago. I think it's up. I gave it to someone. Um it's called How Many and Whys. Anyway, I gave it to someone and it should be up. I'm not sure. Um but after I put it up, I was getting more. So this is part 2 of it. And I got a lot of information, what to speak about. And also, at the same time, before, because I had to stop for a little bit, because I tried to put this up, but I don't know, somebody was trying to stop it. But I don't know. Um, okay. Now I spoke about you know, the products that I posted, the stay free and all that. Well, people were getting all kinds of rashes, and women were getting rashes and other health issues. Now, apparently, this way, it's other products other than what I put up. When you get them, open one up, okay? And hold it up to the light. Now, if you see, like, I don't know, red or brown or whatever, you can actually see it. And you could also see whatever other color it is. You can even see if it's white. You'll notice something's in there who are giving women whatever health issues. Put it up to the light before you use them. And if you see one, all of them have it. You return them and say, look, these are supposed to be off the shelves. And the other one is, I told you what people are doing, putting things on stuff where people have to, touch. People are putting it on cars and everything. And it has some type of pattern or whatever to have people pass out, feel dizzy, and etc. Well, because people are speaking up now and more people are knowing, and they're also putting it on religious items and leaving it for people to, while you know others are waiting in a car or van or whatever type to lure them into it. I mentioned it all in all the videos, and you look it up. What's going on? Well, there's another one. Apparently, it's a pattern, and they're calling it devil's breath. Look it up. If you never heard of it, well, it was kept quiet, but there's a whole bunch of cases, and people are starting to speak about it. Apparently, people, whoever these ones are, that's been doing all the other stuff that I said, and because people are catching on, now they're doing where they did it with, oh, can you smell this perfume? Tell me if it smells okay. This way I could give it to somebody or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Well, now they're holding the patter, and it's called devil's breath. This will um, um, make you pass out. It can make you like in a trance where they will, ask you, give me everything. And you will, but you don't know that you are. And some are luring, again, children and whoever to the cars. And some are, passing out, and because it was too much for them, or, where, I guess because maybe they're allergic to it or something like that, they actually passed away right there. But the thing is, these ones, because now they're doing even more and doing all this, well, I hope, and what I was told by God directly is saying, you try, because enough is enough. You try it. Before you get to a person, you're going to have an itchy nose and forget you are holding it. And what's going to happen? You're going to scratch your nose and you're going to have the stuff on you. Okay? To make you pass out and whatever else it might do. Now, if you see someone coming towards you, pay attention how they are holding their hand as they're coming towards you. If their fist is closed, or hands, or they're holding their hands together like they're holding something, you'll see a trail because some of it's spilling. Do not go near them. You scream or whatever. Tell them to get away from you. Because you could tell they're holding something. Or if they're not, they're taking it out of their pocket right away, talking in nonchalant, and then doing that, and then opening real quick and blowing it in your face. This way they can steal from you. And then when you finally, get out of the trance or wake up or whatever, all your stuff is gone. Or, like I said, they're trying to lure you into a car. So pay attention and make sure it gets out. But again, look it up of all the cases and start paying attention. Especially, we need to tell our children, your children. I say our because, a lot of people don't have them, but I'm just saying our children as in whoever has children. So make sure that gets out. And tell all the women or, daughters and everything, nieces, nieces, whoever, about the products. To look up, put it up to the light, you can see. And then you return it to the store and say, hey, these are supposed to be off the market. And I don't know why it's still out. Whoever's making them or whatever. Again, as I said in my other video, why aren't companies paying attention? Or who's doing it while, you know, they're being packed or whatever, how? They need to find out. Now, the other thing, after I did that and I was trying to put it up, I said, I just put another video up right before this. But anyway, the video before this, it's a list what's going on, and some is what's going on that was done to me, and it's being done to others. But in it are some things, and I asked at the end if I'm the only one, because I think it's strange if it is I'm the only one. So right there says a lot with some things that I mentioned. And then I spoke about fear. And what do these ones, are doing? And also, what do you think they, are trying to bring back? To repeat. Fear is how you take it, too. Since we were little, fear, as I mentioned in the beginning of the first part one, it's been there since we were little. That fear was put into us. And I mentioned about going to church and, and we don't go to God, or if we do something, God will be mad and punish us. I mentioned all that. But as I said, no, he won't. We got, if you don't win, you'll be punished. That's what I heard that was around me. And then finally, when I, heard it enough, I asked my parents, because I played some sports and some other stuff. I was told it's not always about winning. You are having fun. And to win, you might have to practice more, or, maybe it's not our time to win. There were all kinds of stuff I heard. Till finally I did ask, about that too. I turned what once tried to put fear into me and changed it. Like anyone got, you can't do that, you can't do this, be quiet, and etc. I turned that around too and did the opposite. But I wait a minute, hold on. I also got, when people would ask me, do you fear anything? Well, I always said no, which I don't, because I know I have God and spirit with me, and I have my faith, and I know how to turn things to positive. But the thing is, I really didn't want to tell them. But I also changed that a little bit too. See, what I did fear, and I didn't want to tell them, is what will happen to them. That's what I feared, that I wasn't able to help them. But they also didn't want to listen either. So now they have to figure it out on their own. I'm not allowed to help anymore. But anyway, what I especially turned around is when I knew I could do something. And for years, when I was told to be quiet by people, what did I do? I even said to others and certain ones that I was going to start doing videos. And I got, why? You can't do that. And who's going to look at them? I said, oh, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't do it. But what did I do? I didn't do it because I wanted people to listen and whatever else, you know. I did it to help others and to say to myself, if I helped someone, then that someone did look at my videos. And again, I thank all who visited, subscribed, and etc. my videos. I thank you. And I appreciate all that. I put up, whatever spirit and God says to speak about. And some are for whoever, I don't know. Some are for these ones. Well, those ones who thought that they had permission to continuously mess with me. Those ones. But it's not for everyone to make it fit when it shouldn't. But to pay attention that you don't go through it. What I have, or whoever it's for. In the video before this one, Why do you think putting fear is back? Especially about God. Because those ones know that God and Spirit aren't playing anymore. And they're angry. So all through that first video, part 1, I asked, how many? And whys? But don't let fear get in the way. And look around what these ones are trying to do and bring back. And I said, and will say, you know who and what's going on. And it could be anywhere. It could be jobs if people are doing what they aren't supposed to. Pay attention. Go to HRs, bosses, and etc. You know ones, who own places, works there, and not doing. Ask them, wherever it is, and get in touch with them and tell them, what's happening. As I said, if it's just me, then something right there is up. But not one single place you cannot reach. Why? Does owners, bosses, do they know? They need to know and pay attention what's going on. These ones are trying to do like illegal stuff, like to take revenge on people. Don't know. But they're using work and other places to do it. Now, if no one speaks up, they are involving all of us and your jobs, careers, and etc. Where people live, states, towns, countries, and more. Whatever you want to call. It's everywhere, around the world. As I said, they are doing and trying to bring back for people to lose homes, income, and more. And it's all in the video before this one. Part 1. They are getting ones to blame each other and more. They also think to blame, presidents all places, and etc. Wherever people live. These ones really think it's nothing and it won't affect them. And that, you know, it happened in the past. It will go back to normal, once they get whoever they're trying to get or mad at. They don't, or I should say, don't care who is in the middle of anything. They, they want to bring back the past. You know, people are living paycheck to paycheck as it is. Everything is more expensive. While these ones think they are the only ones, who have issues and problems and etc. So they are doing whatever to steal. They're stealing off of ones, doing things to lure people to cars, leaving stuff around. So when you touch it, and etc. I already said all this in other videos, but I have to bring it back up again. But they have no idea what they will get in return. The thing is, as I said, video before, part 1, this, if anyone knows, and these ones won't know who turned them in, we need to speak up because, like I said, how many are we going to watch being in the middle? Especially what Spirit is doing. I see. Spirit isn't trying to have anyone in the middle. They are letting all of us know where these ones are. And we need to speak up and put an end to it. Of ones who don't want us to make it better. Also, if anyone knows, to mention to like companies, places, apps, wherever, how is it protecting workers, customers, and whoever, that whatever it may be isn't being stopped? Let's take ones using pictures from others and claiming it to be theirs and doing and saying whatever, when whatever ones that put it up should be protected. And it says when it says who are the real ones and who isn't, whoever owns one of them, who has issues and etc. have, you know, said all this on apps, certain ones. They are monitored, you know, first to see if there's any inappropriate stuff or not, and whatever else workers do, with the guidelines and etc. You have some who don't put videos or whatever out there either. What about people don't get notifications all the time until days, maybe hours later when people put things up? And, get ones, a lot who people don't follow anyway. I mean, I can see getting it because it's getting out there. Yeah, that's fine. But, you know, someone's put up whatever, as I said, but no one sees it except maybe two. How could that be? And the biggest one is, like I said, how is it that anyone could take other people's pictures and make it their own and use people's names to make fake accounts? For them, why? Or how? It's like, don't you know how to be creative and just be you? You don't need to take others, make up lies, or, take pictures and say it's yours, and then, saying that you're selling whatever picture it is. Now, I know for a fact, and I kept seeing it with different ones that I do see, that people are using their pictures to sell their puppies. You're stealing people's pictures of animals and you're trying to sell them, and the real ones are getting all kinds of phone calls. Oh, yeah, can I come and see the puppies that are for sale? Or whatever? Really? So, along with that, how is it that people gets hacked? And when people report it, and again, you know the difference because it's there. Who's the real ones and who isn't? So, how is it that the real ones get locked out, or whatever the people call that it's on the apps? It's, oh, I was in whatever app jail, where they couldn't do anything for whatever, an hour or a day or something like that, as ones say. When it comes up who is original or not, again. Now let's take my accounts. And I still didn't get them back. Did you ever find them? I had 4 accounts hacked and taken because they were all connected. I had 4 different accounts. And like I said, I'm still waiting for whoever to give them back and find them, because I was told, oh, I can't find them. They're not here. You sure you had them? Oh, yeah. If I didn't have them, why would I ask for them? And how is it that they're lost? The thing is, I've been with these apps since day one they came out. So because I had to make new ones, it says whatever year, a different year that I've been with people. Because I've been following people since day one. And if no one knows, once your account gets hacked, and if you did comments and stuff, you do know that disappears, right? Like, you never existed with whoever you follow. So, how this is being done, and the ones who worked really hard to create what they did. And they're getting the flack from followers and whoever. Because of what these ones are doing. Now they're harassing whoever was on your accounts. And if they couldn't hack it, your account, I don't know, they did something to find out who you have. And see, I know that they're harassing others using my name, asking for money, and etc. I did that in my other videos right before part 1 and the one before that. So I like, and I have been saying this since day one. I started my videos. And on I said for those ones who took my accounts. And I even told those apps, but they can't find it. It disappeared somewhere when you gave them all the information to bring it back. But yeah, they can't find it. Not only that, let's speak about how is it that people are getting calls, texts, and etc. Those ones use all kinds of stuff. Just like the other day, it seemed weird. Right after I was on a call, and then right after that, I mentioned I got someone at my door. It could be coincidence. Who knows? Well, I know, but not saying. But because they said, oh, we just got this and we decided to come visit and see what's going on. Okay. And then when I got done with that, not long after, I get a text. But it was from another country. But speaking about your license. And then another one, same stuff as before. Wonder why. You see, I know everyone's getting them, but mine, I know it's not like others. It became personal with these ones. And I said, since day one, how it started. And I've been saying, I don't know any of them. They think they know me, but they don't. Now they're all trying to come back. The thing is, some are ones also who are doing, trying to send spirits. Like I said in part 1, in the description, I said read first because I added a few things. I know for a fact, read the description first because I know I'm going to forget something. But like they're still trying to send, but they don't stick around long because they know they come to say hello and they go return to senders quickly. And now it's going to be even more powerful. But we all know, but again, as always, it's not working. But now I want to let you think about this. I've said it in videos before. How many and whys? That was part 1. And should put how long will it take before anyone speaks? as I said, you know who, where, and the place they are doing whatever. But we are in the middle. Let me give you an example, okay? Now, I've been saying this since day one. And I just came across something, but I need to find where the full thing is. Like I said in the first one, just seems weird that, I don't know if it's happening to others, but it just seems weird that I'm only getting half, not the full. But anyway, let's take a look. I came across, where are the earthquakes? And I can't remember, it's something else. In two countries I mentioned, I spoke about. I said something. I said, be aware if you get this type of text or whatever. But when my team looked into it, it came from another country. And I mentioned it. It wasn't that I was against that country. It was that whoever's doing it, to also let those countries know that you have somebody that is there doing all this stuff and putting you in the middle. That's why I did it. But anyway, who got in the middle? Innocent ones. Right? I don't know the full story. It was like it was cut off and then something else came in. They started to speak about, it was like, I don't know, like edited. They spoke about this is happening and this came down, but then it didn't say anything except parents and I don't know who else were speaking about something, and then that was it. So how are you supposed to get a whole story? But they mentioned where it was. And it just seemed, I don't know. But, like I said, who got in the middle? Innocent ones. Now, as I said in the beginning, and all through my videos, all of them, I said, Spirit is letting us know where these ones are for us to step up to the front and to speak up. Like I said, tell bosses, HR, authorities, and etc. Thing is, now, how is it when Spirit is telling us and telling us, but not to harm anyone? How did it get out of control and go away? Like where innocent ones are. Don't it seem strange? I did mention some places, and I said to nip it in the butt and speak up. So, you know, you see, undetected where I wouldn't know. Mm-hmm. They heard my video saying it, that how they were going to warn us where they are and to cover themselves up. They did whatever. These ones, whatever it is, that's, what's going on. It's not just these ones, those ones who I just mentioned. It's with everything. But how do you think it switched? And it did harm people. So the things, how are we going to put a stop to all this? As I said, by going to whoever, HRs, authorities, someone who knows who owns or whatever. And I guarantee they don't get anything. Maybe a few, complaints or whatever. And they don't realize all what's going on in their companies or whatever. Like the ones who is being targeted with ones using their accounts. Again, not saying it's everyone. It's only ones who are doing. And it's us who are in the middle. We have to put a stop to all the lies and etc. The fake news that only has, which when only a few things are said to stir things up, whatever it is, right there, they are one of them. To put fear into people, to condemn not only real people's accounts, but God, to stay away from people. Not one of any of them did anything to those ones. So they want to take it out on everyone and don't want to solve their own, whatever it is, issue or problem or whatever. So how is it we are being punished because of them and not them? That's going to stop, though. Because now, when Spirit goes to warn us. They're going another way where they're not even going to know to switch it. We all know what I mean, how they're doing it. And it's with everything. Now, I mean, if I'm also hearing right, you know what to bring up. But it's mostly, I'm going by my intuition. Going by everything I've been through. Listening how others speak about things and etc. Let's take cutting income. One's on or going on Social Security. Let's talk about that first. Or whatever. That's their retirement. Think about it. Ones are getting young ones. Okay? Now, it's ones who are doing this stuff, you know, to mess up those ones. You see, ones are getting the young ones. So it's the young ones who, you know, like I said, listen to this. They think, oh, okay, let's do this to ruin ones who gets it, or ones who are trying to ruin whoever. See, but they don't realize by trying to do all that to us, well, the older ones, that it's only going to affect the older ones and not going to affect them. So if they're trying to, they got young ones, say they work there, to mess up certain ones, you know, whoever's going on or has it, their Social Security, get a cut or whatever. But they made a mistake because they don't realize. And now they messed up everybody's. Thing is, they probably agreed because they don't like older or elderly. Also, you know, whoever got them is only supposed to go for whoever they told them to, but they messed up. Sorry, I was listening to something. Sorry. But because they don't like I said, older or elderly. And I mean, to them, any age is old because, you know, they're older than them. They are doing what they are told. Now, it's like, why would an older one who will be getting it or has it do that? Why would they do that? These ones don't realize, ones who said to do this to whoever, but somewhere they did something, like I said, and it's happening to everyone. But I don't know, they might work at these places. Again, like I said, I don't know. But because, you know, they are, and they don't know what it is, they don't know what that is. They probably don't even know what a retirement is. And that they need it.